So now we're back to this other one where base says, what are the solutions to x plus 7 squared equals 81? So in other words, again, if I take a look at this word solution, so I'm just going to highlight this one a little better. So highlight solutions. So solutions is the same thing as saying a 0, an x-intercept, and a factor. So again, all four of these words means the exact same thing, exactly how it looks. A 0 is how we solve it, x-intercept is how it's graphed, and factor is basically find those binomials that equal this. So what we're going to take a look at is with our calculator, I'm going to set this equal to it. Now, there's a lot of different ways you guys can set this up. My easiest personal favorite is basically getting everything to one side of the equation. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take everything here, this x plus 7 squared, but this 81, I'm going to move it over. Now, when you have to move something, you have to do the opposite sign. So it's a positive 81 here. So what happens is I have to do negative 81, and I'm going to move it over here. So I'm not going to simplify it, so then that way I can use a calculator to help me graph this for my test. So I just do x plus 7 squared, and when I move it, it changes to a negative 81. These two cancel out, and I'm left with 0. So anytime we're set equal to 0 or y, it's easy to graph straight into this calculator. So I'm going to basically show you what that part looks like. So I'm going to clear out my old problems I did before. And now I'm going to start with this first part. I'm going to do parentheses x plus 7, close parentheses, squared. And then I'm going to do minus 81. So basically, this is my little quadratic. I'm trying to see which one of these numbers does it match up, and I'm going to graph. Now, I'm going to zoom into standard because I had it zoomed out from before. Now, if you take a look, what number does it hit right here? And you can easily just use that process of elimination and do it that way. So if you take a look, I'm going to trace it. And it hits right around this 2 mark. So I'm looking at a positive 2. So there's that positive 2. But I want to see and double check because you never know. You might have another answer that has that same positive 2. So we want to double check. So I want to trace it to the other side. Let me zoom out so I can see this little tracer feature. I'm going to hit zoom out once. There we go. And I'm going to go back to trace. Find out where my trace went. There it is. Keep going, keep going. If I take a look, what number is it bouncing in between for my x? So again, the x-intercept, that x number. So what number? I have a negative 16 here and a negative 15 here. So yeah, it looks like it's hitting that negative 16 as well. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can do like second calculate. You can even do, see another word for solutions? 0. So if I go to 2 and hit 0, I'm just going to hit left and right and watch. Let me do this. Graph, second quit, graph, second calculate. So in other words, if I want to do the 0 part using this type of calculator, I got to basically pinpoint where I'm going to be at. This is my left side of that bound, and this is my right side. And then I'm going to take a little guess in between here. And if you notice, 0 is going to be at that negative 16 point. So it's hitting right on that x-intercept, that x line. And if I did the second trace on the other side using this little feature, I'm going to come around here, get closer to this one. Here we go. So I'm going to go to the left of where this part hits, enter. I'm going to go to the right of where it is. It doesn't really have to be close to it. And then I'm just going to take a guess on between. And if you notice, 0 is at 2 and that positive 2 here. So basically, these are the two numbers that I'm looking for when it comes to your solutions. Okay? And that's how you find the zeros, the solutions, x-intercepts, and factors.